In this video, I'm going to try to survive for a complete life in The Sims 2, starting out as just a single child. Normally when you play The Sims, you control a whole family, or at the very least, one or more adult Sims. But today, we're going to attempt to see if it's possible to survive with only one kid, unaccompanied by any adult supervision. I have 3 goals today. 1. Keep our child Sim in good standing at school to not get taken away by child support or sent off to military school. 2. Be successful enough to pay for my own bills until I become an adult, and possibly even get accepted into a private school or university. And 3, if I manage to make it all the way to adulthood, become very wealthy and successful enough to buy the anti-aging potion, thereby achieving immortality through a fountain of youth. So, is it possible to raise up a Sim from childhood to adulthood all alone? If we start off with just a child Sim, can we build up enough success and fortune to bring him all the way through a complete and successful life? So without any further ado, let's begin. Okay, welcome everybody to The Sims 2. We're gonna get started, create a new game in Desiderata Valley. The first thing we've got to do is create a family. It's time to create a Sim. We are going to begin with our child protagonist. And what better name for an upwardly mobile child protagonist than, let's call him Bounceforth. It's Bounceforth Jenkins, our orphaned, upwardly mobile child protagonist. Amazing. I think that everything here looks just about alright. Let's just give him some clothing that says, "I have nothing. I hope it gets better for me." Personality, we'll go with Capricorn. And amazing. Look out, world. Here comes Bounceforth Jenkins. Now, I would like to begin here, except that you are technically required to have an adult to begin the game, so we're just going to create a throwaway adult character and then get rid of him immediately. Here we go. I think that this man looks perfect. And let's call him, Bouncefather Jenkins. Amazing. Bounceforth and Bouncefather. Perfect. They are father and son. Alright, but don't you worry about Bouncefather Jenkins. We're about to get rid of him. This story is about Bounceforth. Begin. Oh, they look so happy. That's so unfortunate. It's too bad I'm going to have to get rid of your father. Alright, let's begin at this 19,630 simoleon house. And amazing, look at that intro cinematic. Our story of upward mobility begins here. Oh look, Bounceforth and Bouncefather are having such a good time together. Too bad this story is about only Bounceforth. We're getting rid of the father. For that, we are just going to level off the ground here, and for that, we are just going to construct this sheetrock enclosure, and we will just put a bed in there and a refrigerator to keep him alive. Alright, come on, Dad, let's get into the cube. There he goes. Now we just seal him in, and then we just put a little roof overhead. It's perfect. There we go, all nice and boxed in. We won't be hearing anything more from Dad for a while. No, this story is just about one child. Alright, he's already begun jumping on the bed. Alright, for my first goal, I'm going to try to meet all of my basic survival needs. Let's stop jumping on the bed. Bladder. Check, I've met my bladder need. Hunger. Okay, my diet options are limited to only chips, cookies, and juice. I am limited to meals that require no preparation whatsoever. Let's just have cookies. Oh, look, he's so independent. I don't know who in their right mind would store cookies in the fridge, but I'm not here to fight you. As long as you've met your hunger needs, I'm fine with it. Check. Okay, let's try reading a book. Am I able to entertain myself? Look at how sad this living room is. It's just a bunch of boards, a folding chair, and a bookshelf composed of wood planks and cinder blocks. But honestly, it is kind of hipster furniture, isn't it? What have we got? Hunger, fun, bladder. Alright, I'm meeting my fun need. Good. Good. I've taken out my hygiene need. And now just energy and comfort. Okay, let's try sleeping in my pajamas. Amazing, Bounceforth. You have reclaimed so much of your energy. I guess the only need I'm going to have a hard time meeting is social. I am completely alone here, after all. And my father was lost just a few hours ago, never to be seen again, so I can't talk to him. So let's just talk to strangers on the internet. Let's go. Go, Bounceforth. Maybe you can meet your social needs online. I'm going to chat with Sophie, whoever Sophie is. Oh, look at him. There he goes. It's America Online Instant Messenger. And he's meeting his social need. Amazing. Bravo. Bravo, Bounceforth. We all believed in you. All right, I've met every single one of my needs. Perfect. Only a mere child am entirely capable of being completely self-sufficient from What's my age again? I am a child, but I'm becoming a teenager in only 8 days. Yeah, life cycle stages don't last very long in The Sims 2. And I think it's only like 20 days for each of the later stages. I'll be a senior citizen in less than a year. Okay, Bounce Forth, now that we've met all of your basic needs, let's start to take care of this residence because you are currently a child living completely alone, and that is not safe. And unfortunately, we cannot afford just about anything. We can't even afford the basic art easel so that we can sell paintings and get you more creative. So what to do is the question. Well, fortunately, The Sims 2 features this incredible wooden lemonade stand. That's right, because I have no adult supervision and no household income, we are going to open a lemonade stand in front of the house. Stop playing video games, Bounce Forth. You've got a lot of work ahead of you, especially right now while all your needs are so high. You've got to sell those lemonades. Come on, your survival depends on it. Get set to making lemonade. All right, look, he just got it out right from under there. Who got him this lemonade? Here comes a lady right now. Please buy something. I am completely alone and have no one. That was ice cold. She's just gone. All right, you love to see it. A young man making his way up in the world. Buy my lemonade. I'm poor and I have no one. Oh, thank you. I'm saving up to buy an art easel so that I can get out of this. Oh my goodness, he's gained 500 aspiration points from selling one lemonade. Can you even believe it? I'm already a capitalist. Someday, maybe I, Bounce Forth Jenkins, just a little kid with no parents, could achieve anything just through my own sheer effort, grit, and determination. This does not look like the word lemonade. What cryptic language could this be? Well, never mind that. Hopefully people will keep buying my beverages because they feel sorry for me. Here comes another woman right now. Excuse me, madame. Oh, there she goes. Yes, she's buying lemonade also. Amazing, another satisfied customer, and I made 13 simoleons. At this rate, I need to sell only about 10 more glasses of lemonade before I can afford my own art easel and get to the real money. Let me just stay here. Here comes another woman, and all these neighborhood women and all of their riches able to afford lemonade just like that. All right, well, it is nightfall. I should probably stop selling the lemonade now. This is not maybe the best business hours. Okay, let's get to bed. Come on, Bounce Forth. Sleep well. You've got a lot of work ahead of you tomorrow. And honestly, it's looking pretty desperate for you. If anything goes wrong, there's no safety net, and you've got a long way to fall. All right, let's check on Dad. He is living in a pile of his own filth, but he's not dead yet, and that's what's most important. And all right, it looks like we've got a good night's sleep, and we're waking up real early at only 4 a.m. Some more cookies for breakfast. Good job, Bounce Forth. Just feed yourself. Amazing. And let me just go back on the computer to play SSX3. Oh man, this really was one of the greatest games of all time. You love to see it. All right, here comes the school bus. Bounce Forth, it's time for you to go off to get educated. Have a good day. A bright future is ahead of you. Maybe. Probably not, but let's hope for the best anyway. Now, the only reason why I'm keeping this man alive and not just getting rid of him is because if you get rid of the adult sim from the lot, then child services comes to take away your sim, and well, then the playthrough ends. So he's just going to have to keep living here, and we'll ignore him. But it's kind of funny to check back in on him every now and then. It looks like the odor is really starting to build up in this room, and he has nowhere to put the garbage anymore. This will become a problem, but we'll just move the garbage out of there and put it onto the front lawn. It's totally fine. Just give me all the garbage and stay in there and eat. Keep eating, Dad. All right, and we've returned home from a day at school. They have fed me, too. Amazing. Oh, I brought a friend home from school today. Amazing. Look at me go. Let's just clean up the trash on the front lawn. Gabriella Newson. And wow, my friend is so useful. Look at her go. All right, let me use her for her social. Amazing, my social needs are being met. I haven't spoken with an actual physical human being in so long besides all of those ladies that were buying lemonade from me. I have no one and I'm lonely. This is so nice. All right, stop getting so distracted, Bounce Forth. You've got a lot of lemonade to sell today. Let's make sure we get some of this done during business hours. We've got a lot more dough to make here. Buy something. All right, another 13 simoleons. Maybe we can raise the lemonade price. I know all my rich suburbanite neighbors have the money to pay for it. Let's make it expensive. Oh no, Bounceforth is tired of selling lemonade and he wants to have more fun. All right, let's read another children's book and then go to bed. How am I doing in school? Oh, I've got a C+. Well, that is unfortunate. I hope it gets better to me, but that is quite average. And another night of sleep. And wow, there's hardly even any time to sell lemonade. Just like that, I have to clean up all of the disgusting lemonade from yesterday and get on the school bus, because if I fail to attend one day, I will certainly be shipped off to military school. But he has no time. Well, at least you can meet your needs by doing your homework and selling lemonade. The days of child labor have returned, and we thought they were gone for good. Looks like Dad is still not starving. Very nice. Oh, I've got a play date, but I have no time for my play date. I have to sell more lemonade. She's just looking at me like, why are you doing that? Oh, dude, that's not the right way to pour lemonade. Why? All right, let's see if this gentleman pays some outrageous sum for this. Okay, I made $15 from that glass of lemonade. Pretty good. Yeah, here comes another woman. Let's see if she passes up my expensive lemonade. Hand it over. Okay, night has fallen again. I've got $304. Not bad. I raised about $30 today. Let me get back to bed. Oh, what is she thinking when she just sees this kid walking back into a home alone? Of humanity. Well, it's about to get a little bit better for you, Bounceforth. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. Maybe it isn't. Don't get your hopes up, but hey, at least you have a little bit more money now. Not bad. I raised about $30 today. Let me get back to bed. All right, let me see if I can sell some lemonade before school. Time's a wasting. It's already 7:49 a.m. I'm gonna wait about 45 minutes until the bus is ready to leave before I get up from this lemonade stand. I gotta make every minute count, and honestly, the bus driver looks to be in no rush at all, so I'm waiting this one out another 15 minutes. No lemonade purchases early on, I should have known. It takes till afternoon for people to build up their thirst. All right, another day at school. This is looking bad. We're starting to get bills in the mail. I'm not even capable of reading yet, let alone paying any bills, so we'll just have to await the powers that be to start repossessing my furniture to pay for my property taxes. Oh no, I've gone down to a D+ in school. Oh God, Bounceforth, what are you going to do? Where did you leave your homework? Oh, there we go. It's his homework in his hands now. Come on, Bounceforth. Time's a wasting. You've got a lot of homework to do. It's unfortunate that these teachers don't know about the depravity of my home life. Maybe they would be more understanding about the extent of my stupidity combined with my surprising industriousness. I need to play more video games before I can concentrate on my homework. Honestly, quite relatable. You know, if I'm relaxed, it'll be easier for me to concentrate. Procrastination isn't a bad habit, it's just a way of life. Alright, I've just got to finish up the rest of this homework. Only like one more day left in the week and then I can get back to selling lemonade. And we are just about done. Cool, one homework assignment. Oh wait, no, I have to play video games again. Bounceforth, it's 3:43 a.m. School starts in 5 hours. Stop playing video games. They're going to take you away, Bounceforth. Alright, I managed to finish one homework assignment. Amazing. Maybe I can get just one more in before the school day begins. Oh no, it looks like the computer broke down. That was my only way of meeting my social need. This is terrible. Oh no. Delinquent notice. SimCity Collection Agency has noticed a lag in the payment of your bills. Oh no, they're gonna start repossessing everything I own if I don't make enough money selling this lemonade. We gotta get back to work. But I'm so tired, I have to sleep. Now this has turned into a classic American tale of what true poverty really does look like. This is a relatable story now. Fortunately, there are only 4 days left in my childhood, because this is starting to get pretty bad. Unfortunately, the game bugged out for a minute and I forgot to save. It is now Tuesday morning, but I am still a failure. And poor. Since my advanced computer was broken and smoking from its top, I had to go back and purchase one of these just horrible older computers. But now we're just going to sell this light in my bedroom, because who needs light in your bedroom when you're sleeping? And also this chair can go. And at last we can afford an easel. This blank canvas is sturdy enough for use indoors or out, and blank enough to allow even the most independent creativity to blossom and grow. Well, say no more. Blossom and grow is what I am accustomed to doing already every day. This is nice because now we can afford to sell our lemonade stand, which honestly, I mean, you hate to see children having to labor for the basic necessities, so I think that will be popularly accepted. Okay, Bounce Forth, how is your D+ average going? Let's see, and oh no. Oh, it's terrible. It looks like it's getting worse. Oh, he's still just at a D+, never mind. Well, this is probably fine. I mean, he becomes a teenager in only 3 days, so it's okay, Bounce Forth. As long as you can just maintain that D+ average, I'm sure everything will be fine. Maybe. I'm gonna be pretty cheap here. It looks like Dad needs a shower, so I've just moved the shower temporarily from inside of my house into his cell. This is just to keep him sane long enough to continue our survival. Look, he's actually happy again. Who gave you the right to be happy? Me. You can thank me later for everything I do for you. No, Bounce Forth, stop crying. The tears won't do your homework for you. Alright, well, at least you can continue crying while you play video games. We need to find something more immediately fun for this child. Alright, Bounce Forth, it's 8 o'clock. Come on, finish your homework. You have to go to bed. And then we'll need time for you to labor at creative expression. Currently, you still have no schools, and you clearly aren't doing very well in your academic studies, so this is literally all that I've got. Alright, good, he has finished his homework. And Bounce Forth, you're running out of money. You have to paint something nice so that, well, we don't have enough money to pay the bills, and, you know, sometimes there's, like, a bougie, really out-of-touch art collector who's willing to pay billions of dollars for a child's painting. So, let's just hope for that. Look, he's having fun! This is actually meeting his fun need. Oh, you don't have to play video games all the time anymore, Bounce Forth. Thank God for that. Video games are a huge waste of time. Oh, look at him. He's actually really enjoying this. I'm so glad that he found something. And he's gaining skill at the same time. If only I'd discovered this earlier. Computer games are probably the worst thing. A scourge on mankind. Oh, look, he's already drawing women. You can see the inclination already from a very early age. All right, let's go to bed. That was a pretty horrible day still, Bounce Forth, but hey, at least it's getting slightly better for you. We need to get him in a good mood before school. And look at me go, I'm coming back triumphantly from a victorious day at school. Oh, look at me go, my grades are less horrible now, C+. I am improving. Well done, Bounce Forth, well done. We love to see it, and all that with only 2 days left in my childhood. I think I can make it out of this. I just have one more homework assignment to complete. Oh no, Bounce Forth, you're not having any fun. Level 4, this is crazy. Sure, your canvases may be selling for just a couple dollars each, but okay, amazing. Exactly the same painting. It's okay, we'll just try it again tomorrow. Oh, awesome, a snow day. It's been snowing so much that the school will be closed. I don't even have to go into work anymore. And thank God for that, because I still have to do a lot to prepare for becoming a teenager in one day. All right, we need to fill up his aspiration meter. Let's just play a computer game and grow up well. Well, who can really say? Okay, all right, these aspirations seem a little far out. I unfortunately can't ask for homework help. All right, let's just get back to selling art. Ignore school, acquire currency. It's okay, don't worry about it, Bounce Forth. School is for chumps anyway. Amazing. All right, $9. Alright, I guess it's better than nothing. Not by much, though. Alright, level 5 creativity. We're finally getting somewhere. Your creative abilities inspire those around you and make the world more beautiful. Oh my gosh, I've been offered membership at an art studio by this lady. She must be seeking young talent. I truly am a creative genius, just as I thought. I was right all along. Oh, look, this is maybe my best painting yet, which, to be fair, isn't saying much, but it's clearly better than the last few. Oh my gosh, I've grown up! I've grown up just like that! Alright, I'm a teenager. Bounce Forth Jenkins is no longer a child. What will he aspire to? Well, my real answer would be immortality, but let's go with wealth because you need money to acquire immortality. So yes, we will go for fortune. Amazing, I have grown to teenagehood. Not to sound smug, but I think I've been doing pretty well. I feel good and well on my way to a great life. Oh, that's so happy. I'm so happy for you. Get back to work. All right, we do still have to go to school. Well, unfortunate as that may be, I am slightly more autonomous now, and I am fortunately capable of picking up the dropped trash can in front of my house, which I was unable to lift as a child, which was awful because there's still cockroaches all over the floor, and this is getting worse by the day. I'm calling a maid, this is getting bad. We have now passed through the trials and tribulations of childhood. Hoo-ha! I am not as small and weak as I was anymore. Oh, we got another snow day. Amazing. At this rate, I may never have to go to school again. I thought I was going to have to do homework, but this might be my one rare opportunity at upward mobility. Let's continue painting. All right, bounce forth. Let's just earn a little bit more money. Your aspirations tell me you have to. All right, the painting is almost complete. Oh, it's beautiful. It's $22. I have met more of my aspirations. Holy cow, I am improving again. Wow. All right, just a little bit more work painting right here. Oh no, we're being visited by SimCity Savings and Loan. Oh, it's fine. They just took a countertop, that's all. That's completely fine with me. I don't need that. Go away. All right, just a few more details in this painting, and 44 simoleons moving up in the world. That's more than I was making for my lemonade stand. And look at me, I'm meeting yet even more of my aspirations. All right, now that we're actually making some money from painting, most of my needs are met. And I'm maintaining a solid C+ average in school. I think it's time we started looking at college. Well, I have no money at all. Unfortunately, I don't qualify for about any of the scholarships. If I had better body, higher grades, or a dead parent. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, now that we've reached teenagehood, there is no longer the danger that child support might take me away if something terrible should befall my father. And after all, this challenge is supposed to be a one sim solo child challenge, so it is so unfortunate that I'm afraid I've had to take away all of the food from inside of Bounce Father's cell. Let's just ignore him for a few more minutes. Oh no, and this is so sad. Very tragic. It looks like Bounce Father is dead. Just know he didn't die for nothing. He died for money, and dying for money is better than dying for nothing. Hate to see you go. All right, there he is. And we're just going to sell his ashes because, well, they're $150, and that's a chunk of change. All right, we are going to get rid of the remaining walls, and that also gives us a little bit more money we could use to pay for college. You didn't think we were really going to do this with 2 Sims, did you? No, unthinkable. All right, bounce forth, get back on the computer. It's time to apply for the Dead Parent Scholarship. Scholarship granted! Congratulations, bounce forth! You qualify for the Orphan Sims Assistance Fund. You'll receive a grant of 1,500 simoleons toward your next semester in college. All right, now I have to get into a college. Review accepted scholarships. All right, well, it has been really hard for me living as an orphan, and it's getting to be Monday morning, and I don't really want to go to school again today. So I think naturally it's time to move on with my life to greener fields and pastures new. Let's see what we can put together. Look at him, aspiring young man. Bounceforth's about to leave this household and move to college. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, absolutely. All right, we need to pick another neighborhood. Amazing. We are upwardly mobile. Let's choose a college from our selection. Move to college. Sim State University was founded by a group of Sims wishing to educate future generations. Though it has become a modern social and scholastic hub, the school still maintains its high standards of learning. Sounds perfectly smart to me. Alright, it's time for me to leave home for good. Forget about this place. And here we go. A taxi is here to take Bounceforth off to college and a new life as a young adult. Congratulations, Bounceforth. Oh, look, he's walking directly past his father's grave. That's so sad. We buried him on the sidewalk, never to be forgotten. What was his name again? Never mind. Oh no, I forgot to delete the roof. Oh well, there's no going back now. Bounceforth has moved to college and can now be found in the college neighborhood in the student's bin. It's time to move to college. I've been waiting for this. Time to bust out of my old crib. Here I go. I'm moving to Sim State Dormitory to be hoarded in like cattle and forced to pay outrageous tuition fees. I can't think of anything more exciting. Wow. Here begins my upwardly mobile life. It's really just me against the world. Oh my goodness, what is happening? I can feel myself changing. Wow. Bounceforth has transformed yet once again from an idiot teenager into a vibrant young man. Wow. And he's back on the computer. Get out of there, Bounceforth. You have to claim a dorm. And there are so many dorms to choose from, man. Oh, I might as well get one with a desk. Let's claim this door. All right, I have my very own dormitory. Let me relax. I've got a lot of hard work ahead of me. I'm only a freshman, but I still have 71 hours until my final exam. What kind of sudden death university is this? Who even knows? I need to Why is one of my goals to resurrect my father? Well, you know, in the absence of a moral compass, I think that resurrecting my dead relatives is a perfectly altruistic and noble aspiration to have. I'm afraid of my father becoming a zombie. Well, naturally, who isn't? University, a time to discover my passions and obtain my certifications. Or just slack off and drop out to start a business. Which life path will it be? I think the dominant strategy will be to keep this going as long as we can. We just gotta milk this time in university to get some applicable life skills because I currently still have no father, no money, and nothing. So that maybe someday when I become an adult, I can support myself and become immortal, but I don't know, that's a little further off still. Let's just see what we can do here at university. Oh, I could write a novel. Oh, I always wanted to do this when I was a college student. Like, drop out of class, write a novel, and become incredibly successful. And that would show them all. All right, let's write a philosophical treatise about ladybugs. But it was really just all a metaphor for money. All right, let's see how our novel goes. I'm so passionate about insects and money that I'm almost certain this novel will be really, really interesting. And this is working up one of my skills. I think it's creativity. I have an undeclared major right now in school. Freshman, I don't have a GPA yet, but my course is called The World, a survey of everything that ever happened. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. All right, bounce forth. Well, you got about another hour and a half before class, so why don't you keep working on that novel? I mean, class is for chumps. University is really about what you do when you're not in class. I should obviously know because of how advanced and studious I am. And, okay, looks like I went to class. Oh, amazing. I met Professor Brady Parmalee and Linda Young in class today. All right, well, I guess I just gotta keep showing up to class. Alright, I can fill up the meter to do better in class. Oh no, I have to study. Ugh. Oh, this is going to take time away from writing my novel. Alright, let's try writing my term paper. Surely if I'm writing a novel, this will be very, very easy. Just whip out one term paper coming right up. I'll just stay up all night on the first day of class so that I don't have to do anything. And I can spend the rest of my time working. That's right, I'm way ahead already in life. While those other Sims are just socializing and having a good time, I'm getting way ahead in life, but it's not even about college. Nah, bro, I'm on my own hustle, my own grind. I'm like Mark Zuckerberg, except I'm just not really building anything very useful at all. I'm just a young guy writing stories about ladybugs and money. I'm staying in my own lane. Over halfway done with the term paper. I keep taking breaks to play SSX 3. And okay, a decent first day. I've got 55 hours left. I'm almost done with my term paper, and I've almost learned the history of everything that has ever happened. And I am a genius. Oh no, somebody else has come into my dorm, you slob. Get out of here. What are you doing in my dorm? Just leave. Oh, this is great. The campus actually has food made for us. Oh, this is so much better than living on my own. Look, these friends, look at them. They're so cool. It's like college, man. Oh, those pancakes actually do look really good. Wow, I'm meeting two of my needs at once. I can hardly believe how excited I am to actually have physical human beings in my life. This has never happened before. All right, we're just about there. Look at, he's getting up. An actual woman has just joined the conversation. Back to work, bounce forth. All right, time to finish my term paper on only the second day of class. All right, bounce forth has defeated the twin demons of procrastination and distraction to finish a term paper, which will boost his grade for the semester. Amazing. I also have no way of studying, so we're going to buy a bookshelf for my dorm. Let's get in here. I will study, how about cooking and logic? I think I need those to do better as a student. What is this? People just keep coming in and out of my room to now sleep in my bed? That is unauthorized, sir. You villainous man sleeping in my bed. You disgust me. All right, let me just go upstairs to play some chess, because surely being good at chess will make me do better at my course, The History of Everything. That makes total sense. All right, I've gained the logic point I need. Good, I'll now surely pass with flying colors in class. It's back to class with me. I haven't had an opportunity to shower, but maybe when my professor inhales the stench coming from my body, they'll know what a hard worker I am. I don't take breaks, I don't even take showers. All I do is study every minute of every day, and my learning meter has risen. All right, let me just shower so that tomorrow by the time class comes around, I'll smell bad again. Wow, university life is actually pretty great in The Sims 2. This feels like just the right place. This is the happiest I've ever been. I am content with the mere existence of eating porridge. What is that girl making faces at me for? She's just angrily cracking her knuckles at me while I eat oatmeal in front of her. I deserve better. Once again, there is just someone else sitting in my room and using my furniture, but whatever, I'm not complaining anymore. Greetings, milady. It is time for slumber. Well, time for bed. Oh, you know, I should probably lock my door. That would have potentially prevented some invaders. Alright, here we go. Now I won't be bothered by just random strangers coming in and deciding to use my room anymore. Alright, it's back to writing my important novel. Oh, look at me. I'm flirting with ladies. Maybe I could use this for some inspiration in my next great American novel. All great art begins when a very libidinous young man is foiled in his romantic exploits and decides to use art as his emotional outlet, after all. Alright, my final exam is in only 5 hours. Alright, well, it's time to declare a major, seeing as I have been trying to write the next great American novel and paint a masterpiece. I think we will go with the literature major. After all, this was my own course of study, and it is quite honestly the best career path. I have zero regrets about my English major. It was completely 100% applicable. Literature, the study of written word. Reading and writing may seem like a basic skill, but language is power. And those who study literature can harness this power to convince, educate, or dominate other Sims. Well, you can say dominate once again. I think we are going with the literature major because, well, why not? I mean, we can make incredible sums of money writing my amazing book when everyone reads it. All right, let's get back to writing my novel while I procrastinate for my final exam. All right, my final exam is in 1 hour. Here I go. I somehow made $700. Bouncesforth has finished the semester. I finished with a B. That's perfectly fine. As a result, the school has given Bouncesforth a grant of 700 simoleons. But when I went to school, they just took more money. All right, well, whatever. Fine. This is a pretty great school. They're just giving out food. They're handing away money. Just as I thought, I didn't actually have to do any of the assignments. Just simply being smart was enough to get through the semester. For some reason, I need body skill this semester. This is confusing, but okay, let me see if I can buy like a Bowflex for my dormitory or something. What is the smallest piece of workout equipment? All right, let me purchase maybe this exercise bike for my dormitory and I will work out. After all, the entire point of college isn't actually to study, go to class, or get good grades, but rather to spend the entire time working out and grinding, all to become the Ubermensch, the self-actualized version of the greatest man I can possibly become. I am gaining body points. I'm almost ripped enough to do well in this class. Why does it require body skill? This is merely a course in haiku, form over function. All right, well, what do I know about haiku? Nothing. Maybe somehow your ability to compose compelling haikus is related to your muscle mass and body fat percentage. Who can really say? For some reason, I need to get better at cleaning in order to pass my English course. I mean, this is just further growing evidence that all school teaches really is compliance, not ingenuity. But I don't know, maybe this haiku course is some sort of like psychological mind game. It's like Squid Game. It's not actually about anything. It's just performance art. To be fair, all art is performance art. But I'm just gonna keep saying it over and over again because it makes me sound extra cultured. And it's more important to sound smart than actually be smart, especially in college. Whatever, I will do your bidding, I suppose, then. Alright, I'm having a great time at college. It is 12:25 a.m. and I am dancing next to a cow and some guy in a bandana in the dorm. I'm getting exactly what I paid for. And to think my father had to die for this. Well, you know, in the end, I think it'll all end up being worth it. Somehow. If he were to look down on me from heaven, he would smile and be happy that I sold his ashes to pay for this experience. Alright, I am just barely passing my haiku class, and thank God for that. We are almost there. We just have to study some cleaning again. Just a little more skill grinding. It's time to title my novel. What was the greatest American novel? Probably Grapes of Wrath. We'll make this instead The Bananas of Wrath. Description of book. It's performance art. Only truly cultured people will understand. Alright, I've finished my novel, and it's almost time to go to my final exam. Oh my goodness! Congratulations! Bouncesforth's novel is selling great. Here's a royalty check of 2,670 simoleons. Don't spend it all in one place. Holy cow, I'm a rich college student. What will they think when I show up to the final exam as a wealthy and powerful published author? They'll all be blown away, of course. My creativity is 90%, and it's only getting better. All right, let me do what any good author would do here and have an emotional breakdown. If my last novel was all about ladybugs, but it was just a metaphor for money, we gotta take it in a new direction. This one's gonna be about alien abductions, but that's just the cover. While most of the plot is, in fact, about aliens, it's all just a metaphor for the shackled condition of mankind. I'm practically frothing at the lips just thinking of all the incredible words I'll write in this book. The longer and more complicated the words you use, the smarter you sound. And if no one even understands what you're saying anymore, then that means you're doing it right. All right, I've got about 5 more hours till my final exam, but things are going great. I'm actually getting my own second novel finished. What the hell is that cow doing in the dorm? Let's just ignore it, never mind. Oh no, he's lighting the place on fire. That's so terrible. All right, it's time to go to my final exam. Wish me luck. Bounceforth has met all the requirements to become a sophomore. Finished the semester with a grade of B-. It's just like Einstein. I was so bored by school that I got less than amazing grades. As a result, the school has given me a grant of 600 simoleons. Alright, well, I think it's just about time to drop out. Look, my GPA is dropping, 2.9. What's my next course? Sophomore year. Words ending with eth. A Shakespearean study. Sounds like a great way to be extra pretentious. For some reason, I still need to keep improving my body skill. Right, well, Shakespeare was in great shape, based on what we know about him. What will these people think of me when they see me on my exercise bike, trying to cruise chicks? But no. I'm preparing to understand Shakespeare, of course. Idiots. They're simply not cultured enough to understand the performance art that Shakespeare is. It's time to use the rest of my college education to get jacked for Shakespeare. All right, my body has reached level 2. Let me just add a mirror to my dormitory wall so that I can stare at myself in it and practice a speech. I'm gaining charisma to improve my understanding of Shakespeare. All right. Oh, this is so inspiring. It's like a beautiful mind. That scene when John Nash discovers game theory and economics. Except instead, I'm writing the next great American novel here from my own dorm room. People all over the world will know how hard it is to be an American kid, just trying to make his way by in college. When in reality, nothing has any meaning. This will sell, I know it. Let's just speed our way through the end of this novel and just finish off going to class. And I just had to replace my bed. And at last, folks, we've done it. We've reached creativity level 10. Maximum 100% creativity. Now, I will be able to write the next great novel of our time. All right, let's just speed it along. Let's name it, The Great Gatsby. The Good Gatsby. The story of Gary Gatsby. The nicest guy around with aggressively courteous behavior. He dies tragically in the end. There we go. All right, a perfect setup for a great American novel. Tragic and beautiful in every way. All right, we've made $3,270. I've fulfilled one of my lifetime aspirations to write a novel as well. Amazing. It didn't say it had to be a very good novel, but I guess that's better than nothing. We've come so far. I think this might be the next great American novel I've got cooking in me, now that I've reached maximum creativity. Alright, we need topics for a true story of real upward mobility. How about a big fat sumo wrestler who immigrated to the United States, went to jail for crossing the border illegally, and then he got taken away in a very expensive ambulance, and it cost him a lot of money. And we'll put this picture of Sherlock Holmes on the cover, because that makes complete and perfect sense, and I'm taking my final exam. Okay, well, my grades keep falling. I'm now down to a C+, but it's just because they don't see my true brilliance. See, they're giving me only $500. This isn't anywhere near what my novels are making. These teachers wouldn't know real talent if it hit them directly in the face, especially with my incredibly powerful body. Alright, but I did manage to pass midway through my sophomore year. Alright, what to title my novel? We'll call it, Catch 69. Everyone wants to get out of the army, but only the most sensually attractive will Escape. All right. I can't think of anything that would sell better. Catch 69. All right, let's see how we did. We got the phone call. And, okay, $2,476. And that was a pretty good novel. We have fulfilled our aspiration meter completely. Bravo. Bravo, Bounce Forth. It's always the failures that do it. Screw this place, I'm dropping out of college. I'm better than this. Well, some time has passed. I forgot to hit play on my recording software, but I've actually graduated from college. I have filled up my lifetime aspiration meter, and I have completed a series of masterful paintings that have sold for hundreds of dollars. Graduating college with a fantastic 2.9 GPA has managed to get me so many applicable skills for life. I improved my body so extensively from studying Shakespeare and haiku, but along with that, a plethora of other skills from cooking, I don't know why all of these things were required to complete my college education, but that's all you need to know. Anyway, it was a lot of hard work, not gonna lie. I am one of the most industrious people I know. And I did write a series of great American novels, from The Bananas of Wrath to The Good Gatsby, Catch 69, and who could forget Ethan Frome, the great American tale of a man who has an extramarital affair, but unlike Ethan Frome, it has a happy ending. Everyone wins in the end. I'm going to spend the next couple hours reading my own novels. Wow, I can't believe how talented I am. Did I actually write all of this? Wow, I'm so smart. But that being said, our lifetime aspiration meter has filled up quite a lot. I managed to maintain a solid C average throughout my college career, and now, with 83,250 aspiration points, I believe we can begin to afford some of the more special purchases, like the Elixir of Life fountain. But before that, let's just take a minute to graduate college. It has been a lot of butt kissing and, honestly, doing just masochistic chore pointless assignments that led nowhere. All for my stupid 2.9 GPA. Hey, the grades don't matter. What matters is the skill you gained along the way, we all know, of course. Which, actually, we did gain quite an extensive amount of skills, so this will hopefully be applicable to when we get back to the real world. Only 3 hours until I got kicked off of campus for good. Alright, I guess that's it. Now we have to move back out into the real world. And I am an adult! Look at me go. I'm leaving college for real adult life. I've graduated. At last. Totally independently, I've made myself an independent, contributing member of society. Bounceforth has moved back to the home neighborhood and can be found in the family bin. Alright. My real life starts here. It's time to move back into the regular neighborhood. But now it's just me, Bounceforth Jenkins, living alone. I'm starting my new life in a completely different house. This is the happiest day of my life. It's my first night in my own house. I am completely alone. I have no one, I am sitting on the floor, and yet I am enjoying the austerity of my own existence. But that's not all. We have all of our creative skills still from college, and despite the fact that I have nothing, I am only an easel away from making lots of money just independently on my own. Let me paint something again. We have entered the creator economy. I have no job, but I must earn money. This is pretty good. I can fill up quite a lot of my lifestyle aspirations here. Buy a car, reach logic level 4. These things should be fairly simple for me. Buying a mirror plus 500 aspiration. Look at that. Here I go. I can improve my charisma. Let me just finish painting this and sell a masterpiece. Oh, it looks like Mr. Humble has come back to give me another computer. That's another free, whatever it is, 3,000 simoleons or so. And it looks like Bounceforth has pretty much effectively gone from zero to hero. He has begun life as an orphan with nothing, unable to even pick up a garbage can. And now look at him, he's just effortlessly creating masterpieces after the death of his father and his transitionary period in college. He is a genius. We knew this all along. He was a genius. I am a genius. I even have all of these special awards for being so incredible. My college diploma to put on the wall. Wow, everyone is so lucky to know me. Unfortunately, my diploma is worthless, so we can't just sell it. That's too bad. But hey, look at how easy it is to earn money now. Well, the goal of life is to become powerful and exist forever. So naturally, I think that the next project should be our Fountain of Youth. That's right, we're going to buy a Fountain of Youth. The elixir of life. Perfect for those who like their idle water cooler chats to go on for ages. Literally. Gather around this decorative glass urn and sip the sweet nectar of prolonged youth as your sim resists aging. Negative side effects may occur if used below gold aspiration. Consult your aspiration meter before use. Okay, so we have essentially just purchased immortality and eternal life for ourselves, which is good because I'm going to become an elder in only 29 days. That's not a lot of time left in my life, actually. It just seemed like I was finally finished getting done being a kid. Oh, you hate to see him get old and die. Now, my aspiration meter is constantly in flux up and down, so we just have to keep painting masterpieces and selling them to raise up this meter, and as long as I'm in a good mood, I should not accidentally consume an aging potion, although this has happened to me in the past, where if you have the potion, you don't actually stay young, but you get older faster, so yeah, we're gonna try to avoid that. Let's try to get into a good mood before we sell this painting, and maybe something nice will happen to me. Alright, I've painted a masterpiece. This is over 600 simoleons. This should fulfill one of my aspirations, and look, there goes my meter. I think we can get just a little bit more here. Alright, why don't I just paint another painting right here? Amazing, another masterpiece. I have filled my aspiration meter, and another one. I'm now in platinum level mood, and thank God for that, because I'm becoming an elder in only 27 days. It's time for me to drink the elixir of life. Everything has been leading up to this, Bounceforth. You have achieved something that no other Jenkins before you has achieved before, and you are back to being young again. That's kind of funny. I thought it would actually revert him to an earlier stage of life, but no, he is an adult forever now, unless if something goes wrong. I think we've actually just uncovered the secret to immortality. You know, this is kind of bittersweet. If a little bit creepy. You know, we started off as a child, we became a teenager, and then a young adult as a student. And now we are an adult, but I'm never going to have to experience being a senior because of just how special I am. You know, ironically, I was thinking, this is it. This must be happiness. Like, think of all the things that I've done. I've survived the tragic death of my father. I managed to pull myself up by the bootstraps. I went to university. I paid my own way through. Well, actually, the state paid for my way through because I was unfortunately an orphan. I learned all of those applicable skills. I improved as a person. I don't even need to get a job because I can just paint canvases for a living because of how talented I am. I even managed to fill up my mood meter to such a high level that I was able to drink from the elixir of life to achieve immortality, which is crazy. So now, effectively, as long as I just keep feeling decently good about myself by doing things that are nice, I can continue indefinitely forever without aging as long as I don't unfortunately die. Well, we have gone from childhood to young adulthood to adulthood, and now essentially achieved eternal life on Earth. This is pretty crazy. I wasn't ready for this. I suppose from here, it only makes sense to expand my powers. Alright, I'm going to need to find a girl sim so that we can reproduce together and create more offspring to do my bidding. But then again, you know, this is a solo sim challenge, and I would say, by my own estimation, I think I beat the challenge. You know, I did what I set out to do. I survived my childhood. I didn't get taken away by child support. Despite the tragic death of my father, I managed to make my way through university, learn skills, and earn lots of money to support myself. Now seeing my way through to adulthood. I even obtained immortality forever. And if that doesn't say successful life, I don't know what does. Eternal life, schmiternal life. You know, the real journey was the friends we made along the way, which we didn't really make any friends along the way, but we did struggle a lot. I mean, I have it all. I am a solo adult with everything I'd ever want, and I think that my last human rite of passage is to accept my entry into decrepitude and old age. Only then will I reach full circle as a mature man. Despite the fact that I am completely physically flawless, I am also humble enough to accept my own old age and death. Oh, I have magically transformed into an old man. Well, Bounceforth, it was really nice knowing you. I guess that this is karma, though, for what you did. I mean, accidentally befell your father. Oh, you hate to see him go. Look, he didn't even die. He just walked away. The finale. At last, it looks as though the great equalizer has taken its toll and everyone in this household appears to have died. Bravo, Bounceforth. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? He didn't die for nothing. The SimCity Insurance Company is here for your time of loss. Let our stacks of simoleons ease your pain. My friend Adrian got $73 from my life insurance policy. He didn't die for nothing in the end. He died for money, which is better than dying for nothing. And we all learned a very valuable lesson in the end. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, what a lovely, heartwarming story. This has been the complete life and times of Bounceforth Jenkins, everyone's favorite solo Sims child starting protagonist. I believe I did a good job. You can leave me a compliment in the compliment section down below. And as always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian. A big thanks to my patrons who never drink the elixir of life when they're in a bad mood. Until next time.